And we are live. We are live. Hello, 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 hello. And welcome to Coastal Nation Fan TV. I am Pelo. I am your host. This is where fans meet and talk about Kaizer Chiefs Amakosi Football Club. We are back again. We are back again with another live. And today we are talking about something that once again divides our fans. People are divided when it comes to this topic of whether or not showboating is good for football, South African football as a whole. In this case, more especially, Ebola le Chiefs, Ebola le Pirates, because we have seen pictures of videos rather, because it's not just pictures of players showboating, and kwesinye isikhathi it's not even what's this thing, it's not even a matter of what's this thing, I ran out of what I was thinking. Ukuthi kwesinye isikhathi you see players doing it in a way which some people think it's not necessary, right? Because they feel like, what are you actually doing? I was watching a video of these guys, the pirates from the MTC. They were just dancing. There was the ball and they were dancing, and the outrage on Twitter, as you'd expect. People were just saying, what nonsense is this? Why are people doing this? What is happening? Blah blah blah. People were saying all sorts of things. And once again, when Umdu did it at the weekend, he didn't dance on the ball, but he did get the ball, and then he turned around and some people got mad. But the people like Babese grounding on the day, they started cheering. In fact, I think it did that kind of a thing 3 times, not the same way, but something similar. That was just showboating, because by definition, showboating is just showing off, right? It's just showing off, basically. That's what it is. So Omdu and all these other guys who know it as a football showboat, and they show off like, Uti, we can do this. And usually what I know or grew up on with the showboating was ukuthi you dribble a man, umfakmata, open umfakmata, and then udlule, and you know. But manje sebeze bayadance yabo, and now people are just mad with that. So I would be interested to hear your guys' opinions ukuthi, what do you actually think about showboating? Do you think it's good for our football? Do you think it's bad? Or is it somewhere in the middle? And if kuguti you are that person who wants to comment, because yes, I appreciate your votes, but I also want to hear your opinions, because as you can see, even on the title, it's not about me just talking. I will let you know what I think, but I also want you to know, Guti, you should also please also comment. Just let me know what you think, because I want to hear what people think. I have come out of this mentality, Guti. I've never thought I know everything, but I also just come out of a mentality ukuthi everyone thinks the same way as me. So it's always interesting to hear what other people think. So leave them a comments. Anyways, on my side, if we talk about showboating, showing off, do I think it's good for South African football? I think just like people from Brazil, their football is nothing if there is no flair in their football. Like, one of the most hated, if not the most hated player in football history is Neymar. And sometimes you ask yourself, why is Neymar hated so much? Why do they kick Neymar so much? Some people will say, oh, because he shows up so much, he showboats so much, blah 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 blah. But to Neymar, what I love about Neymar, I would say, I enjoy watching Neymar more than I enjoy watching Messi. Not to go to Messi is not a GOAT. Yes, Messi is the GOAT of my lifetime anyway. But so he's the greatest of my lifetime. He's a comf He's a Compt. That's weird. But I'm saying Guti, I prefer watching Neymar because he flair that he plays with. Uyakwazi ukuthi he showboats, but at the same time he's minusing a man. So uNeymar will dribble you, uzokufaka imata, he will just go through you, but in style, and I would be like, oh, you know. If I look at Eden Hazard on the other hand, who's also a very good dribbler, who will dribble past you and he's gone, or Jadon Sancho, he does it and you're like, oh, that's impressive. But when Neymar does it, there's just a way that it has a vibe into it. So my thing is that I want and appreciate showboating if it's done in an effective manner. Like if I do it, I am doing it for the purpose of eliminating a player in front of me. If I do it, I'm doing it because I'm wasting time. It's a time wasting technique. If I do it, I'm doing it because something. But if you do it just for the sake of whatever, then that's where it doesn't sit well with me. Uguti, what are you doing this for? You're doing this to what end? So that's the only time where I start questioning in the showboating. But in general, I don't mind if it's used in a way that is beneficial to the team in one way or the other. Guys, please don't forget to like the video. Let me just read the comments that have come in so far. Utemba says about showboating, it depends, Pillows, and it depends on how much and if the team is winning or dominating. Why not? Coordination away. Exactly, because I think the what's this thing? Lento show on Temba. I agree with you, Uguti. If you're winning the game, like there is no need for you to try and just force things. You can just take time and just dribble, ubugise ngabantu, because at the end of the day, you are here to entertain your fans, and if your fans especially are enjoying it, then why not? I agree. I completely agree with you. Why not do it if your fans are enjoying it and they are the ones who came to watch you do that stuff? In any case, Usimba says never, and it doesn't explain. Umanda says ayelele mbango. Consideration. We must now have. Yeah, I have been thinking about that actually. No, I have not thought about that much, but I need to have a trailer that will play before the video start. Yeah. And then Liberty Official says, I think it can be beneficial if maybe the team is low on confidence and they use it to get the fans on their side or just to boost their confidence. There has to be a positive motive behind it. Yazi, you're saying something that's very interesting on a Liberty Official Uguti. When Umtu got the ball on Saturday, the stadium was quiet, understandably so, because the game was boring, right? We've established this, the game was boring, and the fans were just like, okay. And it was hot. The guys were sitting on the other side, were just being burnt by the sun, so they were like, oh, yeah, it's hot. But whenever Mtu got the ball and he just did whatever that he wanted to do, which was very few times, all of a sudden the crowd just erupted into cheers. It's so weird whenever Chiefs is playing, even if they're playing against the Pirates, you would swear the only fans that are there are the Chiefs. It's so weird, right? But that's what happened to Guti. In a way, it just kind of ignited something in our fans, and as a result, it kind of underlined something that I didn't even think about at the time. I thought it was just doing it because Umtu does those things. He gets the ball and he can do this. Let me see my ISO over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's see. Too bright. Yabona ukuba uproducer ngiyosho one day ukuthi I was the producer of my own show. Yeah, it looks better now, it's brighter. Hayi ngeke phela, that didn't look good. Adjusting camera settings while on a live TV, on a live show, sizawukhula sawuthini. Anyways, as you were saying, Liberty, I think that's something that I never thought of actually. He's trying to, you could do that to try and get the crowd behind you, or to try and get the people cheering and feed off of that energy. Which, okay, the people have woken up now, let's go after this team. And then Umandla says, I like Mtu's confidence, but of course with more goals and assists, people will stop caring about what Doctor does. Skara Ngobese did these things, but because of his impact on the game, people didn't care. Again, you see, this is why I like your guys' points that you keep on making. Uguti, like you are seriously nailing it, like, because vele some people complain njengoba ngisho mina ukuthi with uNeymar, I love him when he does those things because he dribbles a person and then he goes and he assists or he scores a goal. So maybe people are noting that if Umdu is doing it, it's go nil-nil. But it could be a reason that Liberty official was mentioning Guti, he was trying to get the fans to come up. Funny enough, have you noticed how many times Umdu actually goes to the fans? Either it's a corner or whatever that's happening. He's the one player who goes to the fans and does this. I remember the other time Zwane even got angry at him. I think we were playing against the Chiefs and he was like telling the fans, come on, something like that. And it made me think, why do our other players not do that? Like to kind of hype up the fans to get behind the team. It's something else. So the more we actually talk about this, the more I'm starting to think but it could be true. He could just be trying to also get the fans going as well. So I think to bring it to back to what Mandla is saying, inkinga with the people who are not like vibing with the whole situation ukuthi showboating or kasi flavor or whatever, it's because they are complaining about ukuthi what's the other impact that the player is having. And if you're not scoring goals and we're only seeing you do the showboating things, then people will have a problem, which is to a certain extent understandable, because again the question is why are you doing that? You are doing this to what end? So I think that's just that minor difference. People look at these things and they say, yeah, there must be a reason why you are doing this, and if there's no reason why you are doing this, and if this is not benefiting the team in any way, then don't do it. But now we are hoping ukuthi Umdu can actually get to that level. I don't even know what picture is here. Umdu can get to that level where he can say, yeah, I'm helping the team win, so regardless of what people are saying, I'm actually the player who's not only going to do the showboating, but I am also going to be the difference maker in the game. So no one will be saying anything about me and how I'm performing, because they know Guti, even when I'm showboating, I will still produce the results for the team. I'm not just doing this for the fun of it, but I'm doing it because there's a reason, there's a purpose behind why I'm doing this. Anyways, let me continue with more comments. Liberty official says, I don't necessarily think it's a matter of good or bad for our football. It's part of our football, whether we like it or not. It's just up to us to use it to our advantage to dominate teams. And it's identity yethu labo at the end of the day. Identity yethu at the end of the day ukuthi in us, our football is not about winning. If you go to Italy, look at Germany and France, even like their cars go Germany, it's precision. Even abadlali bakhona, like you look at how technical they are, abo Zidane, you look at abo Pogba, you look at nje namanje oKamavinga coming up and growing. You go to Germany or Toni Kroos, nje your Ozil, those players, they grew up, their thing is being precise and being technical and being able to do things ngendlela right, which is okay. But you go to Brazil, you find players like Abo Coutinho, Abo Firmino, Abo Neymar. Now that's a different kind of a player. Now that player plays with flair, plays with confidence, taking players out. That's Brazil. You go to Abo Argentina, Peru's, the Uruguays. Now you're getting more physical players who will bully you out of the ball and stuff like that. So it's once again, you see with different countries, they have different kinds of players and a different way of playing, and there's an element in their game yoguti they are known for something. Like Italy is known for being very good in defense. So ngeke kuthiwa ibhola lomkomo ukudefend. No, that's their thing, that's what they do. So kwathina, as you are saying, ukuthi if it's a thing that also can be used as as unfair advantage, then by all means we should use it, because if we don't use it, then we'll end up copying people and we'll be kind of forcing players to become completely what they are not, instead of trying to meet them halfway. Would say the thing that you are used to playing from that age, from a young age, even when you grow up, you can still continue playing that. Guys, naku sifika kuma views are 100 and only 5 likes. Please, let's like the video. Makos. Utabang says, I feel there's a difference between playing with flair and showboating, aka clowning. Mina ngifuna ukudefine leyo nakosi. Tabang, please define it for me, because to me, flair, yes, is name or what it does, but clowning, I feel like, is what you just get the ball, you put it on the side, and then you do this. I don't like that. I just think dancing, I don't understand the dancing part. I get the part where maybe you have the ball ulugibele and stand on top of it and wait for someone to come to you, and then you dribble them. Basically, you are baiting them to come and mark you because you are trying to make them angry. Uguti, why is it doing that on the ball while he's playing against us? And to me, when they do that, it just gets to me. Shame, I won't lie. I draw a line there, which I know this is too far. I can't take it. So I think that's why I draw the line when they start dancing or doing something that has nothing to do with the ball that is under their feet. Yeah, but you can define it further. Uguti, what do you actually mean? Utabo says Mdu is still young. If he's got that braveness to put him in the game, I don't see anything wrong there. No, I used Mdu as a thumbnail because I knew people were going to click, because some of them were probably assuming what I'm criticizing him. But I am saying Guti, all in all, in general, because if you remember early on in the season, there was a time where Chiefs started doing this thing of the MTC players, where they were just showboating. And then Zwane was seen talking to Umfundo Vilagazi, telling him, Guti, you shouldn't just do it for the sake of doing it. But if you're dribbling and moving past a player, then it makes sense, because you have used the showboating to the advantage of the team, taking one man out. But if you just do it for the sake of doing it, then that's not helping anyone. As such, don't do it. So sengilapho namguti, I feel as though indaba ilapha ekutheni, with all the players that we have, who are still going to come up from MDC, what do you want to see from them? How much of that showboating thing do you want to see from them? Because it kind of, as I said, divides a lot of people, and you want to know where do people stand in that, and how much does it help us, and have we defined it like properly? Like as I've read some comments like there are reasons for and there are probably reasons against, because if we can start going to those individual instances where someone is showboated, then you look at it and you're like, okay, does this qualify under helping the team win? Or does this qualify as just clowning? Yabo. So if maybe we can define ukuthi this is okay, this is too much, yabo, because if at least siyazi ukuthi these are the confines, because according to Zwane, it seems as if it's about ukuthi do it if you want to dribble someone, or if you want to what can I say, if there's something, there's a reason for it, not just to clown, right? Yeah. So Libert official says, I think there's a difference between dribbling past a player and showboating. Showboating literally just is literally just showing off, and dribbling is eliminating players. We need two dribblers, not showboaters. Ooh, that's a thing. Yoguti yabo manje ukuthi we're drilling down again ukuthi we are talking about dribblers and not showboaters. And we Chiefs, we do have dribblers. Usail is an example of a dribbler. He just takes the ball and he starts running at a player and he dribbles past them, and then that's it. Umdu can do that, but mostly this season he's not been dribbling past people as much. He has done it, but also he has had his fair share of just showboating. So now I'm saying, is that a problem? Because as you said earlier on, Uguti, there's also the part where you can just do that because you are doing something else, like you are trying to get the fans going. There's a part where you can do that where you are just trying to force the team to press you, like what Chiefs did beginning of the game. They just started the ball and they passed it at the back, in a way baiting a Pirates to press them up front. So in a way, Chiefs did that to frustrate the Pirates, and the same thing you can do with showboating to frustrate the team that you're playing against and force them into pressing you. And then when they do that, then they leave gaps, and then you can exploit those gaps. So that's why I'm here to Guti. How do we define the showboating that's unacceptable and the showboating that is acceptable? Or is all forms of showboating not acceptable and we just want someone who can dribble past a player? Or do we say, no, in some cases we need it? Yabo. That's why I want people to define this, so that maybe by the end of this live stream, we kind of have it thinking, okay, most people think this is what's acceptable, because I am really curious what people think. And also, people, please like the video. Please do like the video, please. Let me go to another comment from Umtu Pamvenu. Says, Alpelo Moya, a skill has to be used to eliminate defenders and to destabilize opponent system. I hear you, and I am for that. My question is, what about if you are using it, as Ulipat official said, if you are using it maybe to calm the game down? Let's say there's just the game is high speed, and you realize, okay, for instance, let's just say Saleng was on fire Saturday. Saleng was on fire on the right, a Pirates, which is the left, a Chiefs. And on the other side, Upule was busy attacking Ukwenik, and Ukwenik aganayi pace. And because of that, says, these guys are too quick for us. Maybe I should do something that will slow the game down. And he takes the ball and then I sulum chuluk. So in a way, he's slowing the game down so that we don't play into Pirates' hands, right? So I'm saying, Guti, is that or would that be an acceptable thing to do? Because at the end of the day, it is achieving a goal. Because if you are saying dribbling past a player to score a goal is good, and as such, showboating should be used in those cases, then I would also make an argument, Yoguti, if you're going to do something showboat to take pressure off your team, isn't that also a valid argument to say, wait a minute, I slowed down the momentum of the game. In that way, I prevented us from being in continuous siege and pressure from the Pirates. That's what I'm asking as well. Umkone says, Utabo says, I think after doing that thing, I'll encourage him to attack them. Scar, after doing his turn, he was attacking opponents straight, not turning back. Yo, I remember those turns. Scar and Goves. Hey, policies ke salbuga. Go Chiefs. Yes. Chiefs kuyasibuka isibhola, guys. Yo, you've watched Chiefs play football. He would get it on his left foot and do a 360 turn. And then anyone who dared come near him, they are a dead man walking. Because he would just, he's gone. Forget it. Yeah, ne? Umanda says, do showboats to gain confidence. I've noticed how he normally showboats mainly against Pirates. And vele, and it's underrated. I feel like as much as we talk about him, people really don't realize how much of a big player is, because the confidence, the arrogance that he has on the ball. You are a teenager playing in a freaking derby, like you are playing in a Soweto derby, and when you are doing those things while or abanyo doli are scared and they're just almost scraping their pants because the pressure is too much, the occasion is too much. And when you just go like this, it just tells you he's such a big player with a high confidence, and he also has levels of understanding a game. It's not just about what we do tactically, but it's also what we do mentally as well. It affects us, it affects the fans as well, how they react towards us. So I think you are right there. Ucho Alumnisi says, entertain fans only when we are winning, otherwise it's foolish. I hear you. Then the question again that was asked was, what if you're doing it to calm things down? You are under pressure and you want to do it. Or in a case of he does it because Itimiak is all over the place. So it's pointless to try and get the ball and run forward, or just to get the ball and stand on it and do nothing. If you can utilize that as a moment to get the fans cheering and your teammates are like going and organizing themselves into position. Because if you look, especially when Umtu wiped his face on Saturday, he was on the other side, on the left back position after I think, was he chasing the ball or something? No, maybe he wasn't chasing the ball, but he wasn't like on his number 10 position at that time. He was out wide. Then the question is, what was he even doing there? That means things were just all over at that time with the team. So he had to be there, calm things down, or whatever the reason, because I wasn't in his brain. But he did what he did, and it got the fans going. So in a way, he started the momentum for the Chiefs. I do agree with you, Guti. If you're just gonna do it for no reason, I'm of that belief, Guti. If there's a reason, then you do something. So my sister is calling me and I'm on a live recording. I am live on YouTube, Wendy. I am not supposed to be answering calls. I wanted to show her to you, Uguti. I'm recording here. But yeah, she was calling me because I sent them a picture of these kids. I was teaching them. So they're like 4 or 5. So they were hiding under the desks. And I can see them, but kids are just adorable and really have a low IQ. But that's not the point. Please do like the video. Let me read the next comment. Utabo says, Tabo, where's your comment now? I think after doing that thing, I'll oh no. Senkupuga cool. Uti, first derby for him, Pelo, to do something like that, he's got confidence because first derby players are shivering, but form do or die. No, not nervous. Exactly. Like, I want to. Yes, I think even now on my post-match analysis, I did not talk about how much better he did for his first derby. I know he played with Carling Cup. Yeah, was it? Yeah, he was voted, but he didn't. It's not an official game there, so we can't really count it as if it's a big thing. So yeah, that speaks a lot. Amanda says, I won't lie. Wait. Amanda says, I won't lie. Kasi showboating, etc. is nonsense. A game ends 0-0, but fans will be saying people are stars with no impact. Most of the best skill Kasi boys can't play professional football because they are tactically poor. That's another thing. Abanye abantu, they understand, they know what to do with the ball or to perform tricks, but they don't understand some basics of football, like even positioning yourself. I know a team like that had some good players in it, but I could even tell them, no, that's not how you set up as a team. Let's try and make sure we overload the midfield and make sure we have a balance in our team. And Bona, their default way of playing is just like a 4-4-2. Every time 4-4-2. You are playing against a team that has 3 midfielders that are playing 4-2-3-1 or 4-3-3. And when all the time you are playing 4-4-2. 2 strikers all the time. 2 strikers all the time. And also those strikers, there are no movements. Khona nje ukuthi guys, i1 idlalwa by 2, idlalwa by 3, 4, 5, 6, 6, 8, 10, or right wing, right midfield, left midfield, because bathi 8 is ngoba njalo ama position nabo abantu. And they talk about all these positions and they talk about no, wamothola ibhola ulfake. There is no tactical plan. It's just about get the ball, pass it to me, or try to dribble someone. But there's no plan in most of the Kasi way of playing, which is why sometimes some people who come from the hood would think they are good enough, but they will never make it in professional football because it's a different ball game when you get there. Sipo says we don't have Abo Zongo today because there's no coach in the PSL who wants this kind of football. If we want to lose the boy, let's praise him to go down like a train, like many more. No, I think we are zooming in right now. We shouldn't do the zooming thing. No, this is not about umdu. This is about that's why I don't like making statements that are like this is right, this is wrong, and I open things to discussions, because I don't like this thing of just not having a discussion and just jumping into a conclusion. Yoguti, oh, umdu is doomed because he's playing or he's showboating. No, we can have a discussion. Yoguti, how can we use that? Because it's already there. The fact that we senior team and he's still doing it, that means it's already something that has been talked about. You can use it, But now we are saying how much or how can we adjust that such that it fits or it becomes part of our tactics a team. Because it's something they train for ukuthi on the 84th minute or on the 94th minute of 7 minutes added, go to the corner and waste is cut. There are no drills. I don't think there are drills of keeping the ball in the corner. But sometimes you just improvise to help your team go to let me go to the corner. The keeper gets the ball, albambe alale phansi ngesisu, buys you a few more seconds, calms things down a bit. So why can't you then use the other thing, your showboating as well? If we're winning, again, understand this. I don't encourage doing this in a game where the team is attacking, the team that you are playing for especially. Because I have seen it a few times. Ohlanti got the ball and he started doing tricks, and which I didn't get. Ukuthi you delayed a move and you just did that. But if you're not delaying a move, if you are actually helping the team calm things down, then that's a different story altogether. Ublade is saying Scots Nation, showboating is our South African culture signature. Yebo. We just need I think if for those people who are skeptical, because there are some votes, like 20% of people say it's not good. I think if there's anything that you can hear from me is that it's already part of our football. It's just that we need to find a way of integrating it into our football. Not ukuthi kube end all and be all of things. Sankosi says no bafethu mntu skillful yena nje. There is nothing wrong ngalokhu because football is also about entertainment. Fans want to be entertained. Danko Musa kusho lokhu nje played, because vele if you think about it, like thousands of people started cheering every time Du got the ball and did those tricks. So that tells you that the entertainment part, the playing with arrogance part, is very much still part of the plan. Guys, 200 and something views, but 14 likes. Let's get those likes to 25. We always try to get 50 likes by the end of the stream. So can we do that? Can we just try and get as many likes as we can get at this point, so that by the time the stream ends, we have at least 50 likes, at least. And then Utemba says, ungacinanisa abantu mpilozi. Chiefs have shown us. So if I think about the days of Obuskar. Hey, Khuputso, welcome. Says Olampilo Nation, I'm late. What is that? What is that emoji? It's something that has to do with something. I don't even know what it is. Umokhale Ramolocha says it's the responsibility of the coach to guide Du, but people must appreciate his good decision making when he's in position. He's better than most senior, and the boy really lose position of the ball. Exactly. People don't mention all these things, and I would disagree with you a bit when you say that he's better than most of our senior players. He's better than all of them. Like, he's not better than most. He's better than all of them. Which player is better than Umtu in our team right now? Which attacking player is better than Umtu? Zero, none. Even though Sahile, they are good, but they are behind Umtu. There is no one who's doing the things that Umtu are doing, or who even makes as much impact as Umtu makes in our games. So I think Umtu is our best player at this moment. Dove Mtu, those two are the players that actually make the difference with regards to how Chiefs plays. And akalahli ball. It's not like he will kibeli ball bese no, actually keeps the ball in the process. ukuthi uBlade Themba sibathengele iVix. Hayi ngabe bazokuthini eAmerica wena Blade. Liberty says, if we're being honest, we fell in love with football because of the Jomos, the Scaras, the Ronaldinos, the Neymars of this world. We should work on efficiency as SA. Our players naturally can all showboat. That's true. That is true. Like, you see, this is the kind of conversation that we want to have against Leopard. Like, the European style is more efficient, intensity and all of that. But sometimes you can fail to enter to I guess because you are like this. Sometimes that's why you end up enjoying the European football. But then Neymar comes in and then you just, then you're like, that's the efficiency of the players like Abo Hazard gets teams wins. But the performance of players like Abo Ronaldinho, Abo Messi, Abo Neymar gets the opponents fans to stand up and give you a standing ovation because of the things that you do. You're not just efficient, but you're doing it in a way that makes everyone say, how did he do that? Right? Right? Oh, it was a cross. Ronaldo. See, no. Umesi uvele wathi nje nkara Messi kara Messi goal. You know, when that happens, then people are like, right. So just have to say that. Musa Nkosi says Mtu similar like Ngobo. He had that special talent. Uthini manje Msawe Nkosi wasumfaka kwi-past tense uNgcobo ngathi akasabuyi wavele wathi he had special talent like he's not coming back or he no longer possesses said talent. Can I take this opportunity, guys, to say please become the member of this channel? Simply click the link that is on the pinned comment phezulu Khosi Nation, become a member, or even good description of this video khona link ethi become a member. And if you become a member of this channel, you get prioritized kuma comments when I respond to comments from my video. You also get special badges next to your name or comment. Abuka bo Blade, abuka bo Mandla, or Khuputso or Themba. Just look at the kune star that shows ukuthi idalezi people who are supporting this channel financially as well. So it's only 20 rands per month. So please, guys, help me help me grow this channel and become better as a YouTuber. Right, so let's continue. It's only 20 rands, and at this point I am settling for one member per live stream, like, cause Naizolo after we went off, then someone became a member again, so I was like, oh, okay, yeah, it happened. So can we get at least one member per video? It's payday today, right? Yeah. So abantu banemali, it's 20 rands. You can afford it, I'm sure. And then Umsawe Nkosi, oh no, sesidlulile. Theophilus says, Mr. Mpilo, very interesting topic. I think we as Chiefs fans don't really appreciate this young man. For me, he is very skillful, and that's what he did. Showcase Pirates was not afraid. He showcased Pirates that he was not afraid of them. Yebo, abantu must know ukuthi I'm not scared of you. I am nginsizwa yakwethu. I'm confident enough on the ball ukuthi I will just keep it, and if you want the ball from me, you'll have to come and get it from me. And if you come to him, then that's when he dribbles you and gets 70,000 people to laugh at you and millions more after the match. Masu trend tweet. Msankosi says Ronaldinho was the best in the world with his talent. Nje. Umandla says Yende once said he did the Skara 360 in Makufe and Vivi took him out and shouted at him. Some players need the flair to gain confidence, so coaches need to know what their players need. Ndu needs this. And that is why I'm also against this thing of people who are busy saying we need a European coach. Because European coaches will come to Chiefs and they'll basically do away with all these things that we identify as we as part of our football, basically. So they just need to understand. They need to understand which these are part of our football. Arthur Zwane and Calvin Johnson is the only coaches who believe in talented soccer players. Calvin Johnson when I played ukuthi I will be honest, I just know in passing what is there coaching someone, but I've never really invested too much time in learning about Calvin Johnson and his style of play. So yeah, excuse my ignorance when it comes to that. Uteofila says I would rather have a player that showboats and doesn't lose the ball than a player like Sekhota, who will run with the ball and lose it then under attack after that. Exactly. Because Futi, usually when he loses the ball, Sekhota, what will happen is that he's on the floor because they will take the ball from him and he will be diving probably. So now we are one man down. Yes, there is a new member. Welcome. We have a new member. Welcome Nkosi Khona Msiza. Welcome Nkosi Khona. Ziyakhala. They are crying. Ziyakhala. I love it. Thank you, Nkosi Khona, for becoming a member. Yes, because you get a player, they lose the ball, and then you're like, how? Kanti, what is actually going on here? So yeah, I agree with you. If it helps you with something like keeping the position, then by all means. Umandla says, I want a player who knows how to use skill to go forward. Dribbling and passing back for me is just useless. Yeah, I think again, it's all about Uguti. What do you end up doing well at the end of this? Or what was the main goal? Manga Tour, we have like a conversation with you, and I'm saying, okay, Mandla, you were playing and you had 25 touches, and out of the 25 touches that you had today, you had 7 moments where you just showboated. Explain this to me. And that player can say, oh, basically the first time I showboated because I had no support going forward, so I had to buy myself time until my teammates were back in position. Secondly, I was really low on confidence, so I needed the fans to kind of cheer for me so that I would feel better about myself. I was just running down the clock. If you can explain away why you did such a thing, then I would be okay with it. Even if you pass the ball back afterwards, if there's a reason. Mtondo Etusi Media says, in a video that I have seen, Mdu said he was told by Dr. Kumalo to do what he did during the Soweto Derby showboating. That is interesting. And the fact that Gwaena Veluzwane did not come out and say, oh, hey, we're against that. Because with Dr. Gwaena, he knows Uguti, why he would advise a player to even do that. Because he knows Uguti, it does that thing that Umtu ended up getting when he was showboating. Uguti got the fans to cheer. So if that is what I was saying earlier on, Uguti, if a player who's playing in the senior team is showboating, like it hasn't been cut away from him or taken away from him. That means this is a known thing. It's part of his game, and we are not stripping him of this thing. And it's not like Umtu does this once off, like Uguti, he does it and then he apologizes. No, he does it like consistently. Like he will get Ebola 10 times in a game, just as to make it easy for percentage wise. But twice in those 10 of the 10 times, he will do the showboating thing, because it's just in his game, and that shows Uguti he's not like fearing anyone. It's part of his game. And Umandla says he saw that too. Utabo says we blame Sekgotha for always running forward, but Mdu Danit received the ball from Stebe in left back position and still projected position. But if you check in DTC, he also dribbles going forward. Wait, let me read the comment again. He says we blame Sekgotha for always running forward, but Mdu Danit received the ball from Stebe in left back position and still projected position. Projected or protected? But if you check him DDC, he also dribbles going forward. I think it would be safe to say we are about, what's this thing? We're about ukuthi kwayena umntu vele, he always does it and he just doesn't do it for the sake of doing it. There's always a reason. Please guys, do like the video. Theophilus, no, before Theophilus, Utabo says give him some Zwane and Duba. You will see forward movement, but they will grow given time. Yeah, because I think it can also serve as as a deterrence in a way, because while you are doing that, you are actually watching Oduba making runs, and the players that he usually plays with making the runs that he used to, and then he can play those passes. Because I remember there was that game where Chiefs won 4-0. I forget what we were playing out at TTC, but there was a time where Umfundo Vilagazi, he got the ball and he kind of did the dribbling thing, and then there was someone who was making a run and he made that pass, look pass. But while he was doing that, everyone was just looking at him, going crazy, and they were not focused on the ball that was being played across. So when the ball was then crossed, and then Utuba came across and scored a goal, and all of a sudden, from something that started as, oh, he's showboating, oh, he's showing off, 2 passes later, then it's a goal. So again, as long as there's a reason. And then Theophilus says, because it's also Edim too. It's not like Squama. He doesn't do football tricks, but he's doing skillful showboats. Then he passes the ball. Mzansi football is not so different from Brazilian football. Yeah, that's exactly how I started the video. And of course, Uguti, at the end of the day, you look at Brazilian football and they showboat, and it's part of how they play, and you cannot separate the two. There is flair, there is just the amazingness in their football. So, injalo nje. Mandla says Vinicius Jr. is a perfect example. He came to Real Madrid raw, only dribble, but Real made him use all that skill to just attack, and make the right decisions. Now he's a champion and he's scoring very important goals, destroying all Liverpool. Again, welcome, Koskona, welcome. Uzobona community tab. Yeah. Ublade says unknown mediocre European coaches. Siyabonga ngempela. Siyabonga nje. Mandla says new member, welcome in Koskona. No Blade says welcome Koskona. Koskona naye nestar sakhe. I love it. Itas ziyalandelana. Uthi all Kosi Nation. Blade says why Kwinikwa is always grumpy most of the time now. I saw him happy though. I was so happy to see him like that happy after Udove got that man of the match. He was just acting weird, like kissing the man of the match award. I'm like, you're so weird. But it was great to see him happy for once. It was just great. Umanda says, I will say if you showboat and we lose, the player will get it from the fans. So sometimes it's risky. That's true. It's risky ngempela because kuzothiwa niyaphapha nibhizi niyashowboat and then you don't get the win. Wait. I feel like I froze again. Oh my goodness. My computer is failing. It really is failing to handle the pressure of of this whole thing. So now the internet is not the internet. It's not the internet. It's the streaming OBS. We are struggling to handle the load of streaming at this point. But just as well, Uguti, this happened at this point of the video, not like earlier on. Yeah. So these are the results of the poll. 82% of people say it's good for our football, albeit 57 people voted. But regardless, thank you guys for watching. Thank you Nkoskona for joining. For the rest of you, the links are always there in my video, so do check, do click on those links and join and become a member. Mina, I will see you on the next video, and until next time, remember, equals aliphela umoya. Kune comment kamandla, that's how I wish Mfundo Vilakazi gets a chance this season as a sub. He is ready. I'm not supposed to continue talking, but to play it says Mandla fethu at least 5 games for Mfundo Mdu Nkosi and Duba. Hey, singakhala. Bye bye guys. Sengithe bye bye mina. Sengize ngathi ikhosi aliphela umoya. Angazi ngisathini. Thank you guys for watching. Bye bye.